What in the actual hell is FIFA thinking? Like, honestly, just man. I'm gonna come on live in a second, YouTube. But my goodness, it's just the highway robbery of it all. The highway robbery of it all. They will be hinted travel football fan here, helping fans save money and travel the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Let's get this going because this is just insane, fam. This is just insane. Okay, new FIFA Collect Drop Packs occurred today. Okay, I was not expecting these to come in. Of course, I mean usually they kind of surprise people with it, but then they said they were going to be involving the Mexico matches, and I was like, oh boy, what are we going to be looking at? Well, it's already been kind of a bit topsy turvy day with these packs already because I was able to grab a screenshot of the Mexico City RTB. I was able to grab a screenshot on my phone, and that pack costs $2,000. But on the website right now, the only pack that they have of the Mexico matches, right, of the three cities, is Guadalajara's over here, the bottom left of your screen, for $1,649. That's part of the City Glory pack drop that happened today. As you can see, there's multiple cities involved, but absolutely, by far, the most expensive one is Guadalajara, and that's for some reason Mexico City is not appearing, and neither is Monterrey. Okay, and apparently 43 people have already claimed this Guadalajara pack. Folks, it does not make any sense whatsoever. But of course, let's start off with the quick intro. So of course, y'all know me, travel football fan here. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Make sure that you're liking the live. You comment on the live because that's also important too for the algorithms. Click on the bell button to be notified of these lives as they come in. Of course, make sure you follow me across all socials. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's just get into all this because this is just absolutely ridiculous. FIFA is absolutely losing the plot with these packs. Like, they're absolutely losing the plot. Like, there's just no way in hell that you could be telling people, that you could be convincing people that it is worth their money and time to be spending nearly $1,700 on a pack that grants you the right to buy, right? So it's not even the ticket. You're not spending $1,700 for World Cup tickets. You're spending $1,700 for a right to buy those World Cup tickets later on, which again, we don't even know if they're going to be affected by dynamic pricing or not. Okay, we don't know how much dynamic pricing is going to affect those RTBs purchased or collected through the FIFA Collect packs that you're seeing here on the screen and TikTok. You can see me live on YouTube. All right, but let's dive into this review of the Guadalajara pack. Let's see what the heck they're offering, and even some of these packs that you're seeing on the screen here, they look hella expensive too. So we're gonna have to see exactly what they're offering. But honestly, it just really bothers me to the point of almost making me pissed off because why is FIFA overpricing everything for Mexico? Like, it's almost like they knew or they've known since, the current political climate has established itself in the past 6 months that fans were not going to be comfortable going to the US. They're going to want to go to Mexico now, right? Even US fans want to go to Mexico, okay? And then to create this environment, to create this economy, right? Because this is in effect, they are creating this economy where they're going to charge people for a right to buy a World Cup ticket $1,700 when then they're saying they're going to probably do dynamic pricing for the World Cup tickets is absolutely insane. I can't say it's more than that because or else I might get sued by FIFA, but this is insane. I think we can all agree that this does not make any sense whatsoever. Okay, let's take a look at this Guadalajara pack. Music, thank you. How you doing there? Thank you for joining me on the YouTube live stream. Again, folks, if you are watching me on YouTube, go ahead and drop a donate a sticker with whatever dollar amount. If you want to buy me a coffee, That'd be great if you want to buy me a shot of whiskey, because it looks like after this review, we're all gonna have to take a shot of whiskey or a shot of tequila, since we're talking about Guadalajara, to just be able to take in the fact that FIFA wants you to pay $1,649 for an RTB for the World Cup. Like, we might all need to take tequila shots. So if you want to drop a dono there on YouTube to give me a donation for a tequila shot, go right ahead. Donate that sticker for me in the chat. But let's take a look at this City Glory bundle pack, right to buy for the World Cup for Guadalajara. So, what you will get in this pack, again, I cannot stress the dollar amount, for $1,649. All right, look, I'm gonna move my face out of the way so that way you keep paying attention to the price in this entire situation. Okay, you get one city themed pack with one RTB, so you get a right to buy for 2 tickets to a random World Cup match in that city. So remember, Guadalajara is hosting 4 group stage matches. One of those matches will be a Mexico City home match, their second game in the group stage. Okay, that's what you will get. In addition, you'll get an airdrop of 2 Category 2 tickets to a FIFA Club World Cup match, city and match assignment at random. So that is also problematic just from the get-go, apart from the fact that the price, right, again, $1,649, because then with these Club World Cup tickets, can you resell them? That's the first thing. Because if you can't fly to that city, if it's too expensive, if it's not a game you even wanted to bother to go to, then what do you do with these tickets, right? They basically kind of become like lost cannon fodder in that respect, and you basically just paid this amount for the RTB for the World Cup. Okay, so again, in this pack you may find an RTB for one of 4 different random matches, including M28, which will be played by Mexico. That is the second group stage game for Mexico. There's no cap on rewards, so you can spend as much money as you want, again, if you're willing to drop this ridiculous amount of money for this pack, okay? And so we have a supply here, M28. There's actually a lot of M28s available, so there's a lot of the Mexico packs. But again, folks, I wouldn't do this pack, okay? As much as it is enticing to be in front of the line to purchase the Guadalajara tickets, like, why in the world would you spend $1,649 to get to the front of the line to purchase, at that point, the Guadalajara tickets, which again are probably going to be affected by dynamic pricing, okay? So why would you do this? It's just FIFA is purposely creating this economy of scarcity for the Mexico matches, in part because they only put 13 games in Mexico, but also they understand right now, given the political climate, that people are going to probably want to go to Mexico, and so they're creating this artificial economy where they're going to charge $1,649 for a right to buy, because then you're telling fans, hey, we might do dynamic pricing, and the tickets might be double this price. But again, this is just dropping the money to be able to buy those tickets, which again, they have not clarified whether fans that have an RTB from FIFA Collect are going to be able to get a non-dynamic pricing ticket. Are they going to get like a face value ticket? Or are they going to also have to deal with the RTB? Like, this is just insane to me, man. So it's $650 just to be in front of the line, not even credit towards the ticket purchase. Absolutely correct. There's no credit. This is not a deposit. This is nothing. This is just, we'll get you in front of the line, but that's it. That's all you're paying for, folks. It's $16.49 to get in front of the line to then buy the actual tickets to a Guadalajara match, which all 4 of them that Guadalajara is hosting are for the group stage. Yes, one of them is Mexico's, which is why they're pricing this pack at $1,649. I don't understand the artificial economy we are creating here. I would pay for it if it was a for sure Mexico game. Interesting, Francisco, you would actually pay for that. But the worst part is that you can get a random match, which is absolutely correct. You can get a random match, right? You probably could find RTBs in the marketplace, right? If we go through the marketplace, we could probably find an RTB for one of the Mexico games. We probably could do that. Okay, and again, I'm live here on YouTube. You can go ahead and follow me as I look through the marketplace. Let's see if we can find specifically for Mexico. Let's see Guadalajara. All right, and let's see if you would actually, and how much you'd be willing to pay for that, right? Because we already have a Guadalajara pack, $1,649 worth. Let's see if any pop up here. Okay, so look at the prices here. So again, you want to join me on YouTube, you can go ahead and join me on YouTube. But the RTBs for Guadalajara, there's one for $699. There's one for $769, it seems. Collectible also valid as RTB for 2 tickets. Yeah, so there's other RTVs available that are, first of all, so no, the pack is not a guaranteed ticket, folks. These are not guaranteed tickets. These are not guaranteed tickets, folks. 50K for Mexico City RTB. Actually, no, well, hold on. What was the 50K? I didn't see 50K. I know there was a pack for Mexico City, which we'll get to in a second, only because I only have the screenshot on my phone, so I can't even share it here on the live stream. But for Guadalajara, there's plenty that are under the price for this pack. Now let's take a look at RTB for Mexico City, because that maybe would have been a deal, but even then, let's see. RTB for Mexico City, $4,000. Yeah, see, so there's some here that you could still purchase for this, right? For this RTB specific. But again, regardless of the price, right? And again, I'm streaming live on YouTube, so if you're gonna go ahead and check me out on YouTube, go ahead and check me out on YouTube because I'm showing the whole screen here. I'm just on TikTok. I'm just sharing the screenshot of the current Guadalajara City Surprise Pack that is on sale right now. As you're seeing on the screen, there's still plenty of RTBs that are much lower price than this one for Guadalajara, and the one that I took on my phone as the screenshot was for $2,000. And so, Slim, 50K for Mexico City RTB. I mean, I'm not seeing 50K, but jeez Louise, man, like FIFA is completely, yeah, look at that, $8,000 right here, $6,000 right here. Like, what the is this, man? Absolutely, this World Cup is gonna be for the elite, man. Like, how the hell are fans supposed to be competing against this? And see, the problem is that then FIFA, with the threat of the dynamic pricing, right? With the threat of dynamic pricing, with the threat of selling packages first and the individual tickets, very much towards the end. This World Cup is gearing up to be a World Cup where FIFA is chasing the casual American sports fan. And maybe this is why Infantino is calling it, with the threat of ice, right, that part, right? But I think this is why Infantino keeps referring to this World Cup as 104 Super Bowls. Because he wants the American casual sports fan to be basically told this is like the Super Bowl, but then when they see the prices be considerably cheaper than the Super Bowl, right, vis-a-vis the Super Bowl, they're going to be willing to pay $5,000 for a group stage game because, again, they're being told this group stage game is like a Super Bowl. And I think that's the fear that I'm having now with these tickets, with these RTBs, with everything being priced by FIFA. That they're basically saying, hey, this is like a Super Bowl, America. For those of you that don't know ball. Look at the ticket prices. A lot cheaper than the Super Bowl. Yes, when you compare it to the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl nosebleeds, they can go up for $60,000, $80,000, but then you're going to charge only $5,000. That sounds like a fantastic deal. Right? That sounds like a fantastic deal, right? If you put it in that context of this is a cheaper Super Bowl, the casual American sports fan is going to pay the $5K and is going to price out the rest of us, the actual true fans of the sport, that understand that in Qatar we only pay $200, $300 for a ticket, not thousands. And so when we're talking about these city packs, right, for the World Cup, like, what the hell is this shit? Like, honestly, there's other for Guadalajara cheaper, but the specific Mexico matches at $3K or higher. Yeah, like this is insanity that these RTBs are gonna cost this damn much for Mexico. And again, on my phone, I was able to get a screenshot of Mexico City But I did not. But I'm not seeing the packs for Monterrey, nor am I seeing the packs for Mexico City on the website here. No, these are absolutely not worth buying, folks. These are not worth buying. Like as straight up as a consumer, you're not getting an actual ticket. You're getting the right to buy. You're getting the right to skip the line. That's it. That's all you're buying. So no, this is not worth it. Okay, you're dropping this much money, right, on this RTB for Guadalajara. You know, as a complete aside, check out the Absolute Sport packages. As an aside, that's all I'm gonna say for those of you that received information about Absolute Sport. Look at those packages as an aside, and you will see that this makes no sense when you look at that. I'm just saying, product comparison. Okay, I'm just saying. Yes, I am. You know, I'm partnered with Absolute Sport, so that's why I'm telling you that. This is stupid. this is stupid, man. How can you do this to the Mexico matches, man? And again, I think that is because they only put the 13 games in Mexico to create this artificial scarcity because they knew fans were going to want to go to Mexico. They knew that was going to happen. And so now they're creating this artificial scarcity to make people be, oh my God, this is the only way I can go to Mexico to get tickets. So like I gotta drop all this extra money, man. Like come on, fam. You're looking at the luxury ticketing, not the general ticket. No. This is for regular tickets, folks. This is for regular tickets. This is not the hospitality tickets. I know my difference between those two. No. They're not gonna average the $350, folks. Like I've talked about this. Okay. I've talked about this for folks that the tickets for the World Cup is not going to average $350, Mateo. Like I've already done my research on this and everything. Okay. They're not going to average $350. I've explained it in multiple lives before that number was taken from the 2018 bid book, okay, that these three countries submitted back in 2018. They said the average price would be $305, but that's assuming that they're going to keep to the pricing category as I'm showing right now on YouTube, okay? Again, if you want to watch my YouTube live stream, you can go ahead and join me on YouTube, okay? Here is the average number. There's that $305 average number. This information was submitted back. This number was submitted back in 2018. So it is not going to average $305. That's what I'm trying. Exactly. 305 times 3, folks. I'm trying to warn y'all. These are not going to and I'm showing this on YouTube. So for y'all on TikTok, go to YouTube right now and watch my live stream there. Okay? And thank you for the likes. Thank you for sharing the live. Follow me on here on TikTok and on YouTube. But I'm showing the prices right now on YouTube. These will not be the prices of the tickets for next summer. This will not be the prices for the tickets for next summer. Category 3 will not cost $174. Not with FIFA saying that they're going to do dynamic pricing. Not with these RTBs costing this damn much. They're not going to cost $174. They're not going to average $105. If I'm wrong, please let me be wrong. Please let me be wrong. I'm willing to take all the tomatoes if I'm wrong. If the tickets end up being cheaper, fantastic. Fantastic. But I highly doubt they will be cheaper. Okay? Let's get back to the packs because there are other packs that did drop as part of the City Collect. Okay, so we're going to review through each of these packs. For those of you on TikTok, if you're joining me now, okay, what are RTBs? Okay, let me go ahead and explain it because YouTube, y'all barely asking any questions, all right? So RTBs are right to buys. FIFA Collect is selling right to buys for you to purchase to get in front of the line to purchase World Cup tickets, okay? So I've already done multiple videos explaining RTBs on my YouTube channel. For those of you watching on TikTok, I highly encourage you to go subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch all of those videos about the RTBs and all the previous drop packs that have occurred. Okay? There are some Canada packs right now. Temp, you want to join me on YouTube? I'm going to go ahead and talk about them right now. Okay? But the thing about these RTBs is that you have to be mindful of how much money you're going to spend to be in the line to spend more money for tickets. That's the problem with these RTBs, is that if, given the prices, they might not be the right thing for you to do, especially if you're not like, comfortable using cryptocurrency, if you're not comfortable, doing this whole digital NFT thing, which I'm not, which is why I've not purchased one of these packs. Like, if you're not comfortable doing any of this, man, then don't do it. Okay? Do some of these RTPs make sense? They might make sense in very specific cases, but yeah, this feels like a Ponzi scheme. I mean, I'm sorry, but I would have to, I would have to agree with you that this kind of feels like a Ponzi scheme. You know, um, like I hate the fact that this feels like a Ponzi scheme for a lot of y'all. Okay, but all right, let's go through some of these packs. Okay, so right now the first pack, City Glory for LA, worth $469. You get an RTB to 2 tickets to a random game happening in Los Angeles. Okay, now you may get an RTB for one of the 5 games that are happening in LA. Okay, here are the 5 games to LA: M4, M15, M26, M39, and M59. Okay, 2 of those games will be played by the USMNT. So for this pack, you have a 2 in 5 chance, a 40% chance that you land the RTB to purchase 2 tickets for Team USA, for the USMNT. If you are a fan of the United States, maybe it makes some sense, right? 469 divided by 2, that's what, like 235 each, right? 234.50 cents each. Might make some sense depending on the ticket category that you can get, which is probably going to be a Category 3 ticket, which again, you have to buy the tickets. And then you get these 2 Category 2 tickets for the Club World Cup. I don't know if you can resell them or not, especially if those games for the Club World Cup are not going to be in LA. Then I would probably resell it again if you can. So this pack, the City Glory pack for LA, might make sense if you're not traveling outside of LA. You could resell these tickets, and or you are chasing a game for the United States. So this one might make some sense. So you see how, like, right away, this doesn't make sense because this is ridiculously expensive. For LA, $469 might make some sense. Vancouver, okay, for $439, you can get an RTB for 2 tickets, and then 2 tickets for the Club World Cup. Again, because Vancouver's not hosting any Club World Cup matches, who gives a damn about those tickets? Same situation as the US MNT. This RTB can give you a 2 in 5 chance to see the Canada national team. So if you're a follower of Team Canada, you can get M27 or M51, which Canada will be playing those matches. Or you would either get M6, M27, M40, M51, M64. Those are the 5 games. And again, M27, M51 might be played by Team Canada. So again, this one might make some sense. Okay, the Vancouver City Glory Pack. We're a cook deal. I hear you. I hear you, fam. I hear you. This might make some sense if you're looking for Team Canada. Okay? Ayan. Honestly, I could probably buy the Toronto RTBs as they're not as crazy as other cities, but I have no desire to give FIFA exactly what they want, so I'll pass. FIFA, I know you watch my content, FIFA, and you're hearing it straight from the people. You have my opinion on it, but you're hearing it straight from the people. And I can confirm y'all FIFA watches my content. People are saying these are unnecessary ways to make money. I'm just sharing what the people are saying. All right. On that note, is there any Toronto packs? No, there's no Toronto packs. There's only Vancouver. Okay, for Canada, and Guadalajara for Mexico. Okay, that's what we got. All right, San Francisco for $339. You get an RTB for 2 tickets at random for the group stage. And then you get the 2 Category 2 tickets for the Club World Cup. Again, San Francisco's not hosting any Club World Cup matches. So if you could resell those tickets, that'd be fantastic. You can get rid of that. But then the RTBs, again, for either of these group stage matches in San Francisco, M8, M20, 31, 44, M60. Obviously, we don't know which teams will be playing there. So maybe it makes some sense. But again, you don't have those Club World Cup matches in your area, so why buy them? To be completely honest. So yeah. So you have to be committed to one city or you can't watch any games. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the feeling I get from these packs, right? That you do gonna have to commit to that city, right? That's kind of because I don't want you to then travel to another city and spend all that money, right? Going to these other places. Like, I would hate for you to be doing that. Okay? Ticketmaster might host the sale of the tickets themselves. They might. I mean, they're already doing it for the Club World Cup. And if FIFA approves of dynamic pricing for the World Cup, they might do it. They might do it. Folks, quick break here. Okay? Travel football fan, for those of you that don't know me, I'm helping fans save money and travel the 2026 World Cup. Go ahead and hit me with a follow on TikTok, across all my socials. Subscribe to my YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can hit me with a dono. You want to go ahead and give me a couple of dollars for a cup of coffee or for a shot of tequila to, considering all these stupidly, ridiculously priced RTVs, go ahead, drop a dono with one of the stickers that are available to you on the chat. Would really appreciate your support. We're on the march to the 4,000 watch hours. We're about 700 watch hours left to go. Super exciting times, man, because we're about to get the monetization needed for YouTube. So keep subscribing, keep watching my content. I really appreciate y'all's support. Marco Verratti, thank you for those gifter badges. I was gonna say grifter badges, no, gifter badges. Thank you so much, really, really appreciate it. So FIFA hasn't approved the dynamic pricing yet. They've hinted that they might be doing it. So maybe they're trying to be like, dynamic pricing? And then all of us basically biting their heads off. Hopefully that is the reaction that they've seen from the fans. And hopefully they will not do the dynamic pricing. But right now we're under the assumption that FIFA is just going to greed out and they're going to go with dynamic pricing, okay? That's why we need to keep reacting across all socials in such a ferociously, adamantly against dynamic pricing. We absolutely have to. No, the tickets are not out yet. These are FIFA Collect Drop Packs that are being dropped on the FIFA Collect store. What's dynamic pricing? Simple. Have you used Uber before? You notice that after you get out of the club or after a sports event, all the Ubers became expensive because everyone's trying to get an Uber? That's what they want to do with World Cup tickets. Dynamic price. So if you're trying to buy an Argentina ticket, everyone's trying to buy an Argentina ticket. Boom, price goes up. Everyone's trying to buy a Mexico ticket. Boom, price goes up because everyone's trying to buy a Mexico ticket. That's what FIFA wants to do. That's what they hinted that they want to do. Not fully confirmed yet. So, yeah. So the right to buys are only made to boost Club World Cup sales. Yeah, basically. Cesar, that's exactly what is happening. Yes, because I know, well, those stadiums aren't selling out. That is exactly correct. These packs have those Club World Cup tickets being thrown in them because FIFA's realizing that no one is buying these games. Go check out Ticketmaster right now for the opener game of Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. I checked it this morning. Remember, those tickets were selling for $500, like $400, $500, something ridiculously like that. Go check it out right now on Ticketmaster. I probably should do it right here, right now on my YouTube live stream, actually. But we're talking about the packs right now. But on your own time, those tickets have fallen to $53, $55. From $500 to $55, fam. So yes, they're just randomly throwing Club World Cup tickets into these packs because they're desperate to have people go to these games. They are desperate to have seats filled by human beings. All right, let's continue going with these surprise packs, okay? Philadelphia, it's for $269. This might make some sense. Especially if you're going to be only in Philadelphia. The games you get an access to for an RTB is M29, M42, M68. Okay, so Philadelphia might make sense. Again, you get an RTB for 2 World Cup tickets and then 2 Category 2 tickets. Hopefully, those Club World Cup tickets would be in Philadelphia. See, this pack would make a lot more sense if FIFA would have guaranteed that those Club World Cup tickets would be in Philadelphia, because then you're basically saying, well, I'm going to go to the Club World Cup. Fine, I'll go to the Club World Cup, but I'm also getting the RTB for the World Cup. I'm willing to throw in that money. This would make more sense. This pack would make a lot more sense if it had the guarantee that this is the Club World Cup matches would be guaranteed in Philadelphia. Tit Talk, what's going on with this Guadalajara pack? That. I don't even have to say it. Houston for $349. Again, probably doesn't make sense because those Club World Cup tickets No matches are happening there in Houston. New York is for $359. Okay. $359, and that would be M7, 17, 56, and 67. So these will be all group stage games. Yeah, this is all group stage games. Okay. Then we have Dallas for $759. Oh, because they give you up to the semifinal. Okay. So now this Dallas one is different. Probably wouldn't pay for it, but let's take a look at this. Okay. One city theme pack, one RTB for World Cup match in that city. Only one randomly selected from various possible matches up either group stages or the semifinal. To be precise, one RTB for 2 tickets if it's in the group stage, and then one for subsequently in the subsequent stages, 1 ticket only. So basically, we got group stage, semifinal. So basically, you would get one RTB for 2 tickets if it's in the group stage. And then for this semifinal, it would only be one RTB for 1 ticket. I don't know if it's worth $759, not going to lie to you, because then also you have the problem of the Club World Cup tickets. Kansas City for $469. There's Guadalajara. We already talked about that one. Miami for $339. Again, Miami might make some sense because they have Club World Cup matches. Atlanta's at $689. But again, same situation with Dallas. They have a semifinal that they're offering there for you. But and a round of 32. Okay, that's interesting. And then, yes, they're hosting Club World Cup matches. But again, there's no guarantee that those Club World Cup matches will be in that city. For that pack, where do you have to go for the Club World Cup games? That's exactly the point, Music. The problem is that none of these packs indicate where the Club World Cup match is going to be. It's assigned at random. That's the problem. That's the problem with all of these packs. That if FIFA was more transparent about, hey, yo, we want you to go to this game, well, then at least you know. Or it's that game is going to be hosted in your city. You know? Should I sell my RTB to Houston round of 16 match? Ever since I heard about dynamic pricing, I don't know if it's even worth it. I don't know. The dynamic pricing is not confirmed yet. Okay? FIFA is hinting at it. But yeah, they're hinting at it, but we don't know. They don't tell you, actually, their Music. Look, again, we go to Philadelphia. It says, in addition, holders will receive an airdrop of 2 Category 2 tickets to FIFA Club World Cup match, city, and match assignment at random. So, no. Dio, can you explain the LA one, please? Because SoFi doesn't have Club World Cup games. Yeah, let me go back to the LA one. All right, ¿dónde están los Ángeles? Aquí. $469. So, like you said, there is no Club World Cup. Actually, there is Club World Cup games, pero no in SoFi, no. But the problem is that they assign the game and city at random. So, de pronto vives en LA, me imagino, Cesar. Vives en LA, pero el problema is that FIFA might send you to New York. I'm joking, man. This is how bad this is. In LA, they're playing at the Rose Bowl, si no estoy equivocado. So this is the problem. FIFA no te está diciendo with these packs that, hey, este pack de Los Angeles will also include, Club World Cup games in LA. Pero no dice. Because they want to fill in the games like, the ones that are probably with the Mamelodi Sundowns or with Alain or, que si que vaina. Yeah, those games at the Rose Bowl. Yeah, that's where they're hosting the Club World Cup games, at the Rose Bowl. SoFi is hosting the Gold Cup. The Rose Bowl is hosting the Club World Cup games, fam. So, yeah. Pero como te digo, at the beginning, at the top of the show, folks, la vaina más tremenda es esto lo de Guadalajara, no joda. Es que cómo van a cobrar $1,649 para esto, bro. Es que esto da una rabia. Es que yeah, man. Esto es una vaina tremenda, no joda. ¿Cómo así que van a querer que la gente pague esa cantidad de dinero para solamente estar enfrente de la fila, yo? It's just to be in front of the line, bro. Like, people are selling Club World Cup games on Reddit really, Eddie, is that true? People are selling Club World Cup games on Reddit. Are these the scalpers? Pull up the Mexico-Colombia game in Dallas. Bueno, eso es un friendly, no? I don't think they've taken out the tickets yet, if I'm not mistaken. Pero if those tickets to that game of Mexico-Colombia in October, ya que ojalá Colombia está clasificado al Mundial, if they're anywhere over $100, vayan pa'l carajo. Váyanse pa'l carajo, no joda. Because the World Cup tickets will probably be selling at the same time. That's like when the U.S., I think AP.Soccer said that the U.S. tickets for their USA versus Korea match in New York or in Harrison, New Jersey they were retailing at $350. I'm like, $350 to watch Sonny? Maybe. But that is not worth $350 for a USA Korea friendly match? Hell no. I got the San Francisco pack. Oh, okay. So you got the San Francisco pack. All right. Like I said, the challenge for you there is going to be the Club World Cup games. So, yeah. Oh, and you got Monterrey Inter. Okay. At least that's in California. So you did luck out there. You did luck out. Okay. People are so Eddie, let me know what games. Yeah, that's a good match. I'll give you that. Let me know what games are selling. Are these the scalpers? Did the scalpers realize that the Club World Cup was going to be a disaster, or that it is a disaster? Like the fact that now the tickets are worth $50 for the Inter Miami Al Ahly opener, when at the beginning of all this shit show it was worth like $400, $500. I think is insane. I think that's insane. When do regular single game tickets go on sale? Navarro, as I said, it might be beginning of 2026, but that's all the information we have right now. Cesar was so excited when they announced World Cup was over here. Shouldn't have been so naive about these greedy players. The players or FIFA? Because, I mean, the Club World Cup, I always felt like the players are not going to come and play, man. They need the break before the World Cup. But yeah, people. Yeah. No, it's wild, man. Can Mexico play in LA if they end up in second place? Oh, you mean for the World Cup? Yes, they would play in Mexico City if they do end up. Let me go ahead. Give me one second right here. Let me go ahead and pretty much show you what the pathway for Mexico would be if they were to finish in second place. But yeah, folks, again, we just finished reviewing these packs over here on YouTube. Go ahead and join me on my YouTube channel. But oh my goodness, man, it's stupid. It's beyond stupid that we're basically doing this for these packs, man, and they're not even guaranteed tickets. So here on the live stream here on YouTube, I'm showing the pathways to glory, as FIFA called it, for Mexico, Canada, and the United States. So yes, if Mexico finishes second in the group, they would play in LA, okay, and then if they win that game, they go to Houston. If they win that game, they go to Boston, and then if they win that game, they go to Dallas. That's their pathway, okay? And if you noticed, if both Canada and Mexico finish second, they play against each other, which is the weirdest thing. It's really, really weird that they set it up that way. But yeah. Of course, the advantage would be para Mexico, que terminen primero. They stay in Mexico City for the round of 32, round of 16. Y luego para los cuartos de final se van para Miami. Para Miami. And then Atlanta for the semi. Si llegan a esa instancia. So yeah. Right, that's correct. No tickets are real right now through any of those third-party websites. You know, not through Vivid Seats, not through StubHub. Infantino said that and on his interview with Andres Cantor on FTP Radio. If they play each other, it's set up for Mexico to finally play the next round. I don't know, man. Canada might be looking good, so it's weird. Again, it's really weird that they pit two of the host nations together like that. To be completely honest, they should have been separate. In my honest opinion, why knock out two of the hosts? Knock out one of the host countries like that. So yeah. Ever since they lowered the World Cup prices, stadiums are not being filled up. Surprisingly, yeah, surprisingly, who would have known? If you make the ticket prices affordable, people will go to these games, right? Who would have known? It's weird. A2 will play B2 because third place teams will qualify and play against the top winner. Yep. That is correct. So these are the pathways for this World Cup. You can go ahead and take a look at it. But yeah, chat, let me know if you're a fan of the Mexican national team. Would you rather have your Mexico finish first and stay in Azteca, or you rather have them finish second and then play in the U.S.? It's kind of weird, right? it's really a weird question. I would have thought they would rather stay in Azteca and take as much advantage of that as possible. Like it'd be really weird if like Mexico does not finish first in the group. I mean, I understand it depends on who gets who basically lands in their group, but it would be really odd if Mexico does not do the deed and finish first in their group, and then lose the opportunity to, yeah, definitely Azteca for that fifth game. Yeah, that's what I would think. In that respect, that's what I would think. So yeah. All right, chat. Happy to answer other questions right now. We basically hit the portion of the show where I'm happy to answer just additional questions. Second, because you live in LA. A mí, imagínate. Alguna vez tiene que el equipo que venga a su casa. Ya. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, but happy to answer other questions right now. We hit the portion of the show where, I'm happy to answer additional questions. Thank you for that, honey. Again, the city packs for Guadalajara, overpriced. FIFA has lost the plot. Yeah, they basically just want to rip people off. Like, it's as simple as that. They want to create an artificial economy where they want to scare people into believing that they're not going to be able to go see a match in Guadalajara, in Monterrey, in Ciudad de Mexico, and it's ridiculous, to say the least. About Club World Cup, I've been getting 20% off emails from US Youth Soccer. They really want to sell and fill. Yes, I actually did get a similar email from the Virginia Soccer Association with these codes to save even more money on the Club World Cup. I'm definitely going to use my code for one of the Club World Cup games here in DC. I got to decide which one I'll go. But I'm definitely using that code. So FIFA basically started selling these Club World Cup tickets at such a high price. And I'm going to use a discount code on top of using Rakuten to get me extra Amex points. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just absolutely insane how this ticket sales process for the Club World Cup is going. I told y'all, they're going to end up giving these tickets away to little kids. I told y'all, they're going to give it away to little kids, man. All right? Let me give it in to old people. Let's see. Who else are they going to give tickets out to? They might, huh? Just field trips, summer camps. Bring them in. You're going to have a bunch of 5-year-olds watching the Club World Cup, y'all. Oh, yeah, military appreciation. Yeah, that one too, right? Military appreciation. Yeah, bring in the military over here, y'all. They're going to give away these tickets. You're hearing it first. You're going to hear it from me first. Someone's gonna realize they gave away tickets to the Club World Cup, y'all. Oh, man. Yeah, they dropped a new pack. Yeah, they dropped a bunch of new packs, and this is how much you have to pay for Guadalajara there on TikTok. So, yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. This Club World Cup has become a bit of a joke, of a meme in that respect. So yeah, but I guess I did the play right. I waited for the prices to drop, and they did drop. I know that's not going to be the case for the World Cup. I think we have to be a bit realistic about the World Cup. The World Cup is definitely going to end up being much more expensive. It's going to be the other way around. So yeah, for the Club World Cup, they have $35 tickets. Yes. Has this situation with tickets really high happened to Qatar previous years? No, not like this. Not like this. Eddie, you're giving your Club World Cup tickets away. Well. I live in DC. If you have any, go ahead and give them away to me. Jesus. Man, this Club World Cup is becoming a meme. It's not even a joke. It's a meme at this point. It's insane, man. It's insane. I mean, at first, because I said, don't spend your money at the Club World Cup because, we got the World Cup next year. But it's just really weird, man. I don't remember the Club World Cup being that important. I mean, because it's never been that important until now. Because it's in the U.S. and they wanted to make money off of it. They see our country as USA with the dollar sign. That's true. They do see the S as the dollar sign. Make money off the U.S. Yes, sir. That's how they definitely see the U.S., folks. I don't know. I don't have a money tree outside, so that'd be news to me. That'd be news to me that we had money outside. They really thought they could run the pockets of Americans. Well, maybe not for the Club World Cup. Yeah, we might be getting the last laugh for the Club World Cup. But you best believe these ticket prices are going to be really ridiculous for the World Cup. They're going to be laughing at us during the World Cup. I'm in Toronto. Tickets about to be a home down payment. Yup. There's gonna be a mortgage, fam, and you know there's gonna be some crazy ass Argentinian that's gonna be selling the house back in Rosario, back in Manojade, Mendoza. You know there's gonna be a crazy ass Argentinian that's gonna be interviewed on the TV that said that he sold the house. I'm telling y'all not to do that. Okay, I don't want none of y'all be coming at me telling me that, hey, I sold the house and that was bad financial advice. I didn't give you that financial advice. That's not a good pack. Don't be lying to me over here, TikTok. That $1,649 is not a good pack. That is not a good thing anywhere. Anything costs you $1,649, it better be to repair your leg. Yeah. All right. Awesome. What other questions we got, chat? What other questions we got? Happy to answer any additional questions. I know this is a Friday afternoon. I got some coaching to do later on. You know it's gonna rain? I don't know. It decided to be sunny today and it's gonna rain. But yeah, what other questions we got, chat, that we want answered for today before we wrap up? Oh yes. One big announcement, and I know I've kind of been hinting at it, or maybe I've said it before, but I will be in Barranquilla, Colombia next Friday. Thank you to Absolute Sport for hosting me in Barranquilla. I'm going to go see Colombia contra Peru, basically to get Colombia here in the U.S. I know it's kind of a bit of a oxymoron with Colombia in the U.S., but hey, we're going to get either Mexico, Canada, or USA, wherever the hell we land for next summer. You know, that game is basically going to be the decisive game. So thank you to Absolute Sport for hosting me to go to Barranquilla to start the World Cup, journey there. We're going to start it over there in Barranquilla con pura parranda. So go ahead and, first of all, if you want information about Absolute sports travel packages, including for next summer, DM me on IG or TikTok. If you want to go ahead and check them out, they have their website and also their socials at absolutesport.us, and that's Absolute without the E, Sport US, okay? So again, thanks to Absolute Sport for that. Go ahead and give them a shout. And if you are interested in those sports travel packages, especially for next summer, go ahead, send me a DM, and you'll be able to go ahead and find more information about that. Scary part is some people believe the right to buy packs are actual tickets. Yeah, Cesar, absolutely agree with you. These are RTBs, not actual tickets. Mommy gotta host you. I'd love to see you at Chase Stadium. Well, I was at Chase Stadium. I was actually there for my birthday to watch Inter Miami play against LAFC in the quarterfinal of the CONCACAF Champions League or Champions Cup. So, yeah, I was there. Just was never hosted. But I just decided to go on my own. So, yeah. Yeah, other questions, folks. But yes, I agree with you, Cesar. The fact that people still think that these RTBs are actual tickets is going to be a nightmare scenario when they realize that that is not the case. And that they realize they just paid a whole bunch of money, whatever amount of money that was, at least hundreds and hundreds of dollars, for them to realize, oh shit, I have to pay for more money to get the actual ticket. It's going to be mental. It's going to be absolutely mental. Anyone in LA, who's going to LAFC versus Club America FIFA finesse game? I know many of you, actually, I was very surprised. I will say this. Many of you were surprised. I was surprised that many of you got to buy those tickets for $25. I'm very surprised. And I think that was mostly for season ticket holders, that they were able to get those tickets for $25. Very surprised. Very surprised that they made it that affordable, okay? For that random finesse game of the century to create this demand to hopefully have Club America in the Club World Cup. Look, folks, we know that is why they wanted to host this game. It's for Club America, and I'm not even a Club America hater. I'm not even talking about it as a hater. It's just look at it from the ticket revenues, okay? They want Club America in this Club World Cup so they can get money either from ticket sales or from Televisa. We got to be honest about that. Even Club America fans got to be honest about that. Right? Well, am I the only Colombian one here saying this? Or am I being a conspiracy theorist? I thought that was the whole MO with this. In any case, if you're going to that Club World Cup play-in match, which they did lay on dirty, well, granted Pachuca owners did lay on dirty, my boy James ain't gonna be there. It's probably for a good thing. I don't want James to be injured or anything like that. Go ahead, let me know how that match was tomorrow night. I don't know if I'll be watching it, to be honest. Not that I really care, but I can always kind of pocket watch the results at least. Is Ronaldo playing in the Club World Cup? Look, man, listen. One day Ronaldo was playing for Rayados. Another day Ronaldo's playing for Al Hilal, which probably I should get those tickets for here in DC if that ends up being the case. And then the next day he's playing with Messi in Inter Miami. Mierda, de esta vaina, de este chisme ahí de Ronaldo. Every day Ronaldo's playing for a different team. No joda. The New York City pack, is it worth it? Así, más o menos así. It's maybe it's what it really is specific to your case, folks. Specific to your case. Canada is going to recession in the fall, right when tickets drop. I think all the economies are going to go into a recession, folks. I think the world economy is going to collapse right before the World Cup, and all of us are broke. So there is that. We're all going to be watching out the sports bars together because we're too broke to get into the World Cup, folks. Oh, my goodness. I mean, look, that's just the reality of it, right? Which is why I also sprinkle in conversations about politics and economy, because you do have to be mindful of what's going on in those spheres, because they do affect your ability to go to a World Cup match. It's just a simple fact. So, yeah. I don't know how much tickets will go on the secondary market, of course. So there's that. And no real information. Again, I've been building my YouTube. For those of you watching me on TikTok, I've been building out my YouTube quite a bit. We have over 1,700 subscribers on YouTube, which is fantastic. We are about to hit 3,300 watch hours. Fantastic. We only need 700 more. And these lives, if they keep getting attended the way they are right now, right, with like average 15, 20 viewers, if not more, consistently watching for 30 minutes or so, we're going to hit that goal during the Club World Cup. We're going to hit the 4,000 watch hours during the Club World Cup, and that would be fantastic, man. Like, the monetization will be achieved, and then just I can kind of relax a bit more, just because then, y'all will be watching the videos, and then you just got to watch some ads, skip the ads after 5 seconds, and then I get the passive income there, so yeah. I saw Colombia play against Panama at Glendale for Copa America. Dale. Yeah, that was a good game for Colombia, to say the least. So right now, the only tickets that have dropped have been the VIP packages, right? The hospitality ones. That is correct. So those are the only ones right now. Okay. There are these RTBs, which are not the tickets, right? But they're RTBs. They give you the right to buy RTB for a ticket later on. But as you can see with the Guadalajara one, they want you to spend $1,649 to have the right to buy for 2 tickets for a Guadalajara game, which is ridiculous. There are the sports travel packages that Absolute Sport provides with me as a partner. They have these sports travel packages for next summer. You want to check those out? You can. Okay, it's a legit sports travel organization. So if you want to check out those packages, you can go ahead and DM me for more information, whether on TikTok or IG. Okay, we're not going to the World Cup. Well, I'm still trying to help y'all get to the World Cup. I think we might just have to be a bit more strategic about it. I think that's the way we're going to have to look at this, okay? As much as we are, rightfully critiquing FIFA on ticket prices, on the procedures and this and that, I think the way that we have to approach and think about this World Cup is this. We just need to be strategic. We need to think about our money. We need to think about how we're spending our money, how we're saving our money right now, and really plan out a realistic goal for us for the World Cup. I said 2 years ago I was going to go 16 cities and see one game. Probably not going to happen anymore. Okay? And that's okay. That's okay. We're being smart with our money. So I think that's the best way we could look at it, all right? To try to spin a negative feeling about this World Cup into a bit more of a positive one. Let's control what we can control, which is how much money we spend, how much money we save, how we handle our finances, and then we go to whichever number of games we can go to. So simple as that. So, yeah. All right. Final questions here. Bring back waiting at the box office for tickets. Listen, as a person that has worked at the movie theaters and at performing arts centers, I hear you on that one. Sometimes, you know what? I kind of do wish for those days where people had to line up outside to get tickets for whatever event they wanted to go to. I do appreciate that comment there. Ricky, thank you for that comment. Thank you for that comment. That's a really smart one. 1 to 10 on getting Mexico games for the World Cup. I mean, I want to get tickets for Mexico. Am I going to be able to get them? Probably not. Probably not. At least not through the FIFA how they're gonna sell the tickets. Dinner right there, honey. Awesome. If you are planning to follow a team like Portugal, not a host, how would you plan ahead at the hotels and flights before the draw? Hotels that allow cancellation? Yes, that's actually a very good question, Isaac. I would book hotels that you can cancel. So yes, it's a more expensive rate, right? It's a more expensive rate, pero you have the peace of mind that if you cancel that reservation, pues no te va a pasar nada, right? You're going to get all your money back, or rather, you're not going to be charged. So that is one good way to do it. I think the best way for those teams, right, like Portugal, like basically the non-host countries, on the day of the draw, which I think is going to happen in the first week of December, FIFA's not confirmed the exact date, but when the draw is confirmed, right, let's say it happens on a Saturday, make sure next Sunday you are not committed to anything. You ain't going to church. Tell the padre apologies. Go to the confessional. Pídale perdón, and then reza tu Padre Nuestros and your Hail Marys. Okay? If you got a partner, okay, tell your partner, I love you. Go take care of yourself, right? And if you got kids, go take the kids with you. Because what you're going to be doing that day, the next day, if it's a Sunday, you're going to be booking all your travel. All of it. Because you're already going to know where your team is going to play, when, what time. You're going to take the next 24, maybe even 48 hours to book your travel. And so that means if you need to take Monday off, tell the boss you're sick, tell the boss I'm taking PTO, or tell him I'm not doing PTO, I'm going to do work. And all you're doing is booking your travel. Ay, carajo, hey, can I ask for an extension on the project? Right? You're booking your travel. If you go to college, you're going to tell your professor, hey, yo, professor, I need an extension on the paper. I'm just saying, folks, that is the time period. Because if you wait to book your travel, whether that is your hotels, whether that is your flights, and you wait till later, se te va a poner más cara la vaina, and then you're going to be struggling for money. So like you're already are basically forking an arm and a leg for these tickets. You're going to have to give the other arm and the leg for the travel. So you do not want to do that. You want to book all your travel the 2 days after the draw. Okay? I'm storming the gate like the Copa America final. I don't know, man. You might have to fight like San Diego, LA Galaxy. You might have to go scrap with some people. Not gonna lie, losing some hope on making a game. I mean, don't lose hope on making a game, okay? I think we can make a game. That we wanted to go to multiple games. I think a lot of us wanted to go to multiple games, including myself. That might not happen, but I think we can still make a game, okay? We just gotta plan. We gotta hunker down, all right? We got to hunker down and start planning. Remember, I do offer the travel consultations for only $40. We'll set you up with a personalized money and travel plan for 2026. Again, I'm partners with Absolute Sport. If you hate travel planning, you just want somebody to take care of getting you the tickets, your hotel, and game day in transit for the games next summer, Absolute Sport will hook it up with you for that one. All you got to do is buy your airfare. So there's multiple ways to do this, folks. All right? There's multiple ways to do this. Okay. All right. Final questions here. Because I do have to go. Administration are going to set up raids at Club World Cup matches or tailgates. Hey, I don't know. That's a very serious question, but I've not heard, at least through the grapevines here of DC, how bad enforcement by ICE is going to be at either at the games, outside the games, in the communities of the cities where they're hosting the games. I don't know. But I agree. They should stop. Hello, I bought a FIFA Collect Drop, gave me one RTB for the World Cup, but they also gave me tickets for the Club World Cup. Can I sell those tickets? I don't know if you can sell those tickets. You have to read out the terms and conditions. They're not already selling tickets for the World Cup, folks. They're not selling tickets for the World Cup just yet. Except, again, through hospitality or Absolute Sport or through these RTB packs, which, again, please do your research on these. You think it's worth to buy World Cup tickets for the games in SoFi Stadium since I live there? Again, there's no tickets on sale for the World Cup right now. So you're either buying hospitality or the sports package through Absolute Sport or through these RTBs. But the RTBs, you have to wait to purchase the tickets, right? Remember. So yeah. A un partido. Yeah, no, I hear you. Cool Arrow, I hear you. Yo sé, se puso cara la vaina. Se puso cara la vaina con el mundial. Pero we're going to have, like I said, we're just going to have to plan. Okay, we're going to have to plan. We're just going to figure it out. We're going to be able to go at least to a game, maybe two, and just go from there. All right? Folks, I do have to wrap up the live. Thank you so much for joining me today. TikTok, if you're following me here, make sure you follow me across all socials and subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube, before you leave, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you like the live. Let me know what other information you want me to cover, what other topics you want me to talk about in my future Travel Football Fan shows. Go ahead and comment. Click on the bell button to be notified of the latest videos that I pop up. Okay? ¿Quién gana entre LAFC y América? Mi gente, eso va a ser América porque FIFA necesita la platita. Okay? So, Club América, las Águilas, welcome to the FIFA Club World Cup. Sorry. Así va a ser la vaina, okay? Así va a ser la vaina. Okay, I think I covered all my bases. Thank you again to Absolute Sport for hosting me. Next Friday, voy a estar en Barranquilla para ver a Colombia clasificar al próximo verano, carajo, que vamos a hacerlo. Vamos a hacerlo que Colombia va a estar aquí el próximo verano para que yo pueda ir para ver a la selección ahí, jugar tremendo fútbol aquí, sea en México, sea en Canadá, sea en Estados Unidos. Ahí voy a estar a lo menos a uno de estos partidos. No me jodan la vida. PSG or Inter for the Champions League. A ver, yo digo PSG. Vamos, PSG. It actually would be the weirdest way for PSG to win the Champions League. The Qatari owners thought they needed to have, super billion-dollar superstars, and instead they're going to build a team and actually win the Champions League. Let it be PSG. Vamos, París. All right, folks. Ahí nos hablamos en la próxima. Hasta, ¿cuándo? ¿Lunes? Ahí vamos, nos vamos el lunes. Dale.